Hey everybody, it's your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Blerds Eye View. It's Thursday, so that's just one day closer to the weekend and one day closer to Friday. So if this is your first time here, thank you for tuning in. If you're on the IG channel, hello everybody over on IG. You can join the conversation on the YouTube channel where you can also show your support and your admiration and all that other great stuff by hitting that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know the deal. And yeah, the ship's already in. So what's happening? Second in command, Lady Mandalore. What's happening?
How you doing? Hi everybody. How you doing? Sleep is underrated.
It is.
It is truly madly deeply.
That is
But
not
why? How are you?
that was not caffeine I was using just now. It was strictly me. Just needed that.
Just a little bit of cocaine.
Staking cocaine. Oh my god. So we have our Grieta Horror in the building. What's happening?
What's going on? What's going on? And sleep is definitely underrated. What happened? I didn't do it.
Ooh, I don't know what you did. Your internet don't like you. What you do? Did you say F Verizon?
Ever rising?
F Verizon.
Am I coming in like the scrolls?
You sound
first.
You sound gorgeous. Do you can see her picture? Because I can't.
I can see her.
Oh, okay. All right. Well then,
it's not me now.
F Verizon.
Oh shit! Sparring said I went dark too.
Oh, she got hit by that. See, all right, it's not just me.
Yeah, apparently it's still a thing. Whoopty freaking dudes in the building. What's going on, Whoopty?
Hello. I don't look shocked.
Oh no, she come. Okay, she's all right. It must be just me.
Oh.
No, it's not. I can't see her either.
Interesting.
I see her on YouTube. You good?
I can hear her.
But she's frozen here.
I'm frozen. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm frozen.
I can hear you though. I can't hear you. I can hear you.
You in the phantom zone.
Yeah, basically. I'm a sign in, sign off, sign in again.
Okay.
Love you. I miss you madly.
Baby, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Yeah, I couldn't see her either. It was a shame. It was like the invisible woman, except everything else was invisible too. So what can we say?
So apparently that is another mutant power of mine. I just don't know how that works.
I love it when Lady got her. I love it how Kira's got her hair up and Nicole's got her hair down. I'm digging it. Okay.
Well, after Wednesday's escapades on Disney Plus, yeah, you got to pick a lane.
Sometimes you just have to go back in time. This omnibus at Ollie's for $10. This is a $100 book.
That's a good. Actually, no shade, because we got an Ollie's here. Ollie's is a good place if you really want to catch up on some graphic novels. Ollie's is a place you want to get.
Oh, we have them here. I'm gonna check it out.
You best go. Yeah. Trust me. You get all these bad boys in here. All of this. This thing is heavy. Let me tell you.
You get some really good picks out of Ollie's when it comes to their graphic novels.
I got a good chunk in my library as a result.
I'm due to make a visit to them myself. Tafari, what's happening?
Hola. I think Lainey's computer is being told that she has the StreamYard knows she has money. They want us to pay up.
Yo, you hear that bass coming through? He went, yo, boom, boom. Oh my lord.
His dad is like, we've survived.
I have aging Caribbean parents at this point.
DJ Chili Cheese Fries on the 1 and 2.
I get it.
Louder every
Lex Spartan and unsigned Obi's in the building.
What's up?
He's like, give me that hair, Dad.
As my son just decides to play with my locks in the background. What's going on, folks?
We got a special guest with us tonight. Keith Collins II is in the building. He's a local filmmaker and stunt choreographer, fight choreographer, martial artist. He was my cameraman for Fan Expo Cleveland. What's going on, Keith? There he is. He's up there.
Hey, everybody.
There he is. He was struggling with that mute for a second.
Lady! Gotta be quick on the draw. What's going on, Keith?
Right. I'm all right. How's everything? How's everybody?
Doing good. All right. Good.
Better.
So, you said better.
Cheers to that one. Bravo, Jack.
Oh, my God. So,
cheers.
We're just going to jump right into it. I need to know, and I'm gonna pull up some of your footage. I need to know, how did you get started in filmmaking?
I mean, it was something I wanted to do to like since I was like in middle school. Because you know, when you're growing up, you want to be things like you're not saying you want to be a doctor or a lawyer. You literally say stuff like, I want to be a ninja, and that's what I wanted to be. So I decided that I could be a ninja if I was in movies. And from there I just wanted to make movies. And then you know, once I got out of college, and even while in college, I was making movies. And filmmaker, it was a filmmaker in Canton. He asked me would I do any stunt choreography, and I was like, you know what, yeah. And that's sort of how I jumped into doing stunts and fight choreography, and then worked my way back into like being a director and editor and stuff like that.
Which do you like, being in front of the camera or behind, or both?
Behind.
Yeah.
Behind the camera.
You said, I don't have to worry about all that extra stuff. Behind that, just know how everything looks. Why? So is that the reason why? Just because you can have a different perspective?
In all honesty, like if I'm in front of the camera, I only like to do stunts and fights. Like I'm not an actor. At least I don't believe I'm an actor. I don't remember lines well. And even when I write the script, I don't remember the lines I wrote. So I'd rather be behind the camera.
Can relate.
You just say whatever it is that was on there. I can't remember.
So that sounds right. I wrote that. Yeah, no, that's good.
Can relate. That's for sure.
Oh my God, I'm going to show one of the trailers you have for one of your films, and this one is for Fall Hard. So here we go.
So why can't we have
the warehouse that they're in is in close proximity to a lot of businesses. You know, the Dirty 30. Bishop and the Grimm brothers are going to be on the 4th floor in the office. Right outside there is probably going to be those guys that we always have problems with. Yeah, he hired them. Big Kenny's there too. Quick. And, I mean, Lou going to be working the door, so we should be able to get in pretty easy.
Boss, you want us to go help them out?
No, it's good. I pay them bitches good money to do what they do. They professional.
They all fall hard.
What's up?
It was the look up for me. That's the moment when you say NDA. Yeah, nigga, don't ask.
So, Keith, I know you because you're local. You're in the area. But tell the people, like, how did you get started in the martial arts game?
My father. My father is like a 5th degree black belt, and he pretty much trained me all my life. So
I need to have a talk
in my
about
mind,
that.
like in my mind, I thought that life was a kung fu movie because that's how I was raised.
Yeah, I need to have a talk with my father.
It's like, oh, everybody does this. Oh, spinning roundhouse
Your
kicks on the
son is
weekend.
gonna have
Sure,
a
no
talk with
problem.
you, Chris.
I learned how to talk trash, and then back it up.
I mean, mine watched a lot of kung fu flicks. That was about it.
So, Lady Mandalore.
All right. It's gonna be easy. Or not. Pass. Next. I got to think this one through.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. And I don't want to waste time. Hold on.
Wow.
Dang.
Wow.
Whoopty.
I see that you said you wanted to be a ninja. You like doing action You like the fight choreography, you like action. Is there any other genre of film besides an action or a martial arts based film that you feel that you would like to work on next?
Yes. I mean, if I had a chance to do another type of movie, it would be horror. I grew up watching scary movies, and you know,
Laney.
like I don't know. I just would want to go into that and give it a shot at least once or twice.
I'm
Especially
okay.
supernatural horror.
Okay.
Like haunted house type stuff.
Because you just spoke one of our crew members' languages.
That's my
Hence her
love.
name. So, Laney, go ahead, ask your question.
I mean, I was gonna be like, who would you want to work with, especially because you have a martial arts background. But I mean, tell me about your horror film that you would work your magic in.
I like legends. I like urban legends, and in particular, I like I said, supernatural type of thing. So usually, like movies like Lights Out, stuff like that. I really like. And when I go, I like mostly older movies now because a lot of the newer movies sort of get on my nerves. So I'm a Nightmare on Elm Street type of guy. Like those are probably like the type of movies I go for or I try to make if I wanted to go horror. But I mean I'm a sucker for an 80s slasher too. Like I'm not gonna lie there. But I wouldn't make one. I just don't think my mind I could watch them, but I can't make them,
So I'm glad you said it because I know because you film around this, you film around the city, you film around the state, pretty much. Have you ever filmed that? You haven't filmed at the Reformatory, have you?
No, I have not.
I was gonna say,
but I do hear that it's haunted.
Yeah. So for the crew, it's empty now, of course. There's an old prison, and it's like mid Ohio, like near Columbus or before you get to Columbus, basically. And it's known as the Reformatory. And you can tour this place, and the touring is pretty hot during the fall months, like around October. And it's known to be haunted.
Fun story. One of my first movies that I was a stunt coordinator on, we filmed in this abandoned hospital. We got permission to like film there, and it was always weird stuff happening. And two things happened there that was really weird. One door moved. I mean, just swung and hit one of the actors. Nobody was there. It was crazy. And then the other one was when we had to film in the morgue. I remember walking in and it was a stark 20 or 30 degree temperature difference. And I was like, nope, this is how the movie's not going to implement. I left. I just like, I can't do this.
You said your black radar went off. You were like,
all you just said to me was the autopsy of Jane Doe. Like, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That movie is, that movie was something.
The moment you said haunted hospital, I'm like, nope.
No, the black sense is tingling immediately already. No. What are we doing?
I don't think so.
So self-preservation has left the chat. Like, what's going on?
It's got multiple rooms. It's 13 ghosts for me. I am good. Okay.
I actually love that movie.
That movie drove me nuts. Okay.
So Navy, you had a question?
Actually, I do.
Absolutely not.
I Keith, it's good to meet you. I think my biggest thing is I always like talking to when I get a chance to talk to filmmakers and find out if they're anime fans or anything like that. Are you an anime fan?
I'm gonna say yes, but I prefer a lot of like 80s and 90s anime. I mean, I watched some newer animes. Like I've been watching, Ninja Kamui?
Yeah,
I've been watching that. I finished that. It was great. I thought I enjoyed it. I watch Baki.
Nice.
That's another one.
So if you could pick an 80s anime, since you said that, because that's my thing. All of us here, we know I'm huge on the 80s anime stuff. So if you could pick an 80s anime that you would love to perhaps become live action,
Film wise, actually, I would like a remake. I would like a more true remake of Fist of the North Star.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Hey.
What is the hold that this anime has on y'all?
Are you kidding me? That
So
the
here's the
North
thing.
Star is
Like,
here's the thing.
everything. We are not
The
the
anime
North
itself
Star,
is
but-
amazing, but that
is.
live action version that they had
We need
does not hold. It didn't hold
my
up well
gosh.
then.
We need
Like
redemption.
I tolerated it, but it's
didn't.
not the anime.
It's not. It's not what the anime should have been. But yeah, it's
Right.
that we will always hope for a better adaptation of that anime because it deserves it.
Yeah, I think Fist of the North Star, especially now for the technology that we have, and fight scenes that we could have. I mean, that could really be a bloody good time.
Yeah.
Agreed. I think that would be
especially if you can do the Raid Redemption, you can do the Fist of North Star.
Oh yeah. And the night comes for us. That was real bloody too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The night. Oh, I gotta
Absolutely.
look that up. The night comes for us.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, the night comes for us is it's supposed to be an action movie, but I feel like it really teeters into horror.
does.
It's not
Yeah.
traditional horror, but it's definitely a horror movie. I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
Spartan, you got questions?
I was gonna say, because you had me on the martial arts side of things. Do you find your inspiration from films? Do you kind of take from the classic shooting style of martial arts, or you try to be more updated? Do those elements usually go into your type of filmmaking, or you try to do a hybrid, or you try to be different? But really, what's your approach to that?
It's usually I usually base it off of the story and the situation, especially like when I'm designing action and I'm trying to figure out, what the story actually calls for. I mean, a lot of my inspiration does come from Hong Kong. So I like a lot of Yin Wu Ping, Corey Yin, Donnie Yin. You know what I mean? Like that's probably where my core starts, and then I, start to branch off and sort of do my own thing from there. But then the story will start to dictate to me what what style should, even happen in that movie,
Yeah, I mean, I get that, because some people love Seven Deadly Villains, some people love Kill Shot, so
right,
completely different styles. But I see your point, though.
I tell people that if you haven't seen Cynthia Rothrock and Michelle Yeoh fight together in a
Oh
film,
my
I'm gonna talk to
gosh.
you.
Cynthia Rothrock was
Yeah.
she was an anomaly, man. You see this little blonde haired lady like, "Hi, how you doing?" Meanwhile,
And
bodies,
it was
bodies.
even now, you look at those type of films where they fight, it's moving so fast. It's moving so fast that you're just like, they speed it up. And you're like, no.
I mean, they did a lot of good. One of the main tricks that they used, which is Hollywood doesn't necessarily do, and I think they should. They played with speed while they were filming. So like, it's film goes at 24 frames per second. They will push it to about 22, and immediately that makes it like faster. You know what I mean? And their movements are going to be quicker. It's going to look, crisp. And you're dealing with, their martial artists first and actors second. So it's going to look amazing. You know what I mean?
That would explain it, man. Hitman and Master Z.
And Donnie Yen
he's fast anyway.
Yeah, he's fast anyway.
Donnie Yen is fast.
Man in real life. That is it, man, in real life.
Yeah, I seen him training, and he's just fast.
Somebody tried to rob him a couple months ago.
I heard he like beat him down.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, fuck around and find out was a moment.
I'm just saying, imagine you robbing Donnie Yen and realizing you about to be a highlight on World Star everywhere.
Just like picking a fight with Tyson. Oh, somebody else is about to find that out. Never mind. Tafar, you got a question?
I was gonna say, do you have a favorite martial arts movie or actor that inspires you, or that just you enjoy watching whenever, like with the TV's on, we just got to stop and watch it?
Oddly enough, my number one martial art movie is a movie called Wheels on Meals with Jackie Chan and Yum Yu. I know it's an odd comedy, but it has one of the best fight scenes ever put on camera between Jackie Chan and Benny the Jet.
Yep.
And I mean, you could look up the fight on YouTube. You'll agree it's one of the best fights you've ever seen, and it's in the 80s, and every stunt coordinator references that fight.
That particular camp of performers and fighters and martial artists. When I mentioned Michelle Yeoh, Cynthia Rothrock, Jackie Chan, Benny Jet, they're all in the same circle. Like they
Sammo Hung,
Sammo Hung.
That was my dude.
Sammo Hung is still amazing. Like he's like 70.
You're right.
And can still move that doggone.
You talking about a bait and switch? They were like, "Oh, that old man, he big, he can't move." Well, let me go sit down and enjoy my beer while you get your ass kicked. So,
that man will humble you with 2 moves,
and still won't break a sweat. Lady Mandalore, now you ready?
Yes, I do. Okay, so
you sure this time?
I'm 100% sure. Now that I'm more polished. What scene would you like to actually take and improve that you've seen over the years? Is there a particular movie, a particular scene within a movie that you think you could improve on? And it could be a great movie, it could be a shit movie. I'd prefer a great movie because we all like to improve upon great things. However, if there's some shit that you could fix, that would be great too.
Yes, Keith, you have been Mandalored. That's the one to let you know
that. That is a good question. I'm sitting here like, wow, I've never thought of that. Oh, wow.
You have officially been Mandalored. Congratulations.
Sorry, it's been a long day. I would have came up with it sooner, but I had to get my words together.
Wow. You have there's so many fights going through my head. But wow, I can't.
I'm sorry.
You know, if I don't want to see. I want to say I don't want to like dog somebody's fights. That's the problem too. Like,
but if it's bad,
Kira,
I'll say this.
Kira broke him. That's all I gotta say. We can't
There's
have
a lot
guests
of
anymore.
There's a lot of 90s martial art movies that had a particular choreographer, and he was like everybody's go-to choreographer until like Jeff Amata and Dan Inosantos and those type of choreographers came in, and I really wasn't a fan of his fights because they were always slow, even though they were martial art fights. And usually they were Chuck Norris movies. I like Chuck Norris.
I was gonna say either CN or SS. It's one of those two.
So I like Chuck Norris movies. I'm just saying some of the fights, especially seeing Chuck Norris go up against Bruce Lee, and that fight is great. We know what Chuck Norris is actually capable of.
And Bruce Lee,
and it's not doing roundhouses and tight jeans and cowboy boots,
baby.
You're right.
That's true.
They test them Levi's in them movies, boy. I'm telling you, Levi Strauss had to worry about testing everything. They'd be like, put them on Chuck Norris, see what happens.
Or they say, or as they say, it's not Chuck. Or they say it's not Chuck Norris is doing the roundhouse; it's the camera that's moving around Chuck Norris. So,
right.
So, I was either I had a feeling he was either going to say I was going to go with Steven Seagal personally.
Well, once again, if we go with Steven Seagal, I would choose the movies after Under Siege.
I was going to say the same thing.
The movies, that help. He needs help.
He was only good at coming out of the shadow. That was the only thing he was good at. Everything else was just horrible.
I must say, Seagal did that one step move. It's like that one. It's like, you ever notice any of his movies? He got that one. He's only got one step. As soon as he gets behind the head, that's it. It's a variation of different sides.
No, and then I think once
Chuck
shaved the beard and mustache, I was just like, I don't know who this dude is. I don't know this man.
not lone wolf, not lone Wolf McQuade. No,
Lone Wolf McQuade, man, that was the hairiest Chuck Norris you ever saw.
He did an infomercial and he didn't have his beard and mustache. I'm like, that is not Chuck Norris. That is a lie.
That is Chuck Norris on the diabetes commercials. That's what that is. That's when you know he can't roundhouse kick no more without a little help.
Here's a rowing machine. Try it, Chuck. Shut your ass up.
Diabetes.
Oh my god. So here I have a one of yours. It's a shorts promo for Attack of the Shorts, actually, which is coming up. A lot of these look interesting, and I've seen a couple of them that you had sent me before. All right, and here we go.
So I walk in, cocaine everywhere. Chickens. Where she get chickens from?
Vic and Dwayne, private investigation. BD private investigation.
Back against the wall, can't stop, gotta get up when I fall. No lie, man, I've been here before. It always gets cold before the war. You can feel that feeling in the air. The whole world feels it everywhere. They look to the sky and stop and stare. I feel the earth shake, but I'm prepared. I know I'm ready. Give me that weight that's heavy. Strong for the fight, so steady. One against many, more than a milli. Write that braille to the whole world feel me. I will gladly give all that it takes. Till the gas is all gone in the tank. Ain't no stopping, I'm not gonna break. Matter of fact, I'm just picking up pace. I'm ready. I'm unstoppable. Hard work all day. Go hard, always. Won't quit, no way. Unstoppable. Game on, too tough. All in, fired up. Watch me rise up. I'm unstoppable.
I'll take Savior for 500.
I actually seen what was it? I think it was like, how long was that one you sent me before? That was like 6 minutes, wasn't it? Or was it 15?
Yeah, it's 15. I
Like
sent
15.
you the pilot, the full episode. You got to see the full thing.
Yeah. So Savior looks like a lot of fun. So if you are in the Akron area, Cleveland surrounding area, and you want to go down to the Akron, actually South High, that's the library, right? That's the library.
Yeah, just the Akron
60
Public
South
Library. It'll be right in
House.
the auditorium.
Yeah, that's 60 South High Street, June 19th, Wednesday from 6 to 8. So you want to go down there, you can go to Eventbrite and check those out. I'll have that information up later. But yeah, those look, that Savior, yeah, I'm like, it's and shout out to Vigatron. Shout out to Vigatron. Because when you sent it to me, I'm like, oh, that's Vigatron. I'm like, I know that dude. Like, so for the crew, Vigatron is in the same circle as Crazy 8 and High Road. He's in the circle with these guys. So he actually is the co-host on Blerds and Clips as well. So he just recently had a show. So but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's funny.
I like how it looks like it's almost a homage to Kamen Rider, because when I saw the suits, the first thing I thought of is, we got Kamen Riders in the hood now. And I say, okay, let's go. Yeah, I'm here for it.
That one Henshin. Negro, what you say? Henshin.
No, it'd be like Henshin, nigga. Click. There you go. That's it. Done.
So I know you. So you said you would love to attack. You would love to attack a supernatural horror type themed film.
Yeah.
Is there a dream location you would like to film that at?
That was my backup question.
Okay, you've already Mandalored this.
That's why you're the second in command, because we here.
So that's why she's already Mandalored him once. Okay, we ain't gonna have him stuck.
I don't really have a specific place in mind. I mean, like, as long as the house looks creepy. You know what? If I think about it, I would like to go with sort of like a modern house, something different. I would like to make something creepy that seems regular.
Oh, unsuspecting.
That way, when you go home, you feel funny.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That old lady don't like when that door is open. Just close it.
Like I would rather make something like think about it, like The Ring. For a while you were scared of static. You know what I mean? Like you didn't want to hear static.
Well,
Yeah,
for
it's
me,
static.
for the
So
ring,
you
it
could
was
have said
like, why
people
y'all
home
keep
and
watching
not
this
turn on
thing?
anything. It's like, you know what? I was gonna watch TV after that movie, but I'm good. Let me just
See, I was,
sit in here.
and the ring came out when I used to try to fall asleep to the TV. So after that came, I was just like, yeah, nah, because all I would think about is that as soon as I fall asleep, she's gonna come out and kill me.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
one of the actually, when I think about scary scenes in a movie, I always think about The Grudge, and in particular, the scene where the girl is hiding under the covers, and she lifts up the covers, and she's under the covers,
That's
and
a
pulls her,
classic.
and she disappears. That freaked me out
Yep.
because that's where you're supposed to be safe.
Mhm.
You're supposed to be safe under the covers.
It is because you always get the kid that runs it. They never leave the bed. They don't care if the monster's in the closet. They don't leave the bed. If it's
Right.
if the monster's under the bed, they don't get out the bed. They just you're right.
Yeah, under the covers. You know, that was one of the scariest scenes. I was like, wow, that got me.
Oh yeah,
That was a good.
Oh yeah,
That was a
another
good
one.
one.
That's that one's
that
wild.
one was that one had a lot of layers.
Yes. Yes.
That one had a lot of layers.
Man,
Yep.
It was crazy.
So
If you're dealing with people, that's not the one for you.
it's a scary time to be, you know, and I'm glad you said it when you mentioned certain types of horror, because a lot of them, and Lainey, she's our griot of horror, she's our horror writer for the website. There's some gems out there, but you really have to dig for them, because a lot of there was a point where they were getting in, they're still there, but I think they're kind of edging out of it. It was that torture porn, as we like to call it. It was just like, you know, just for the sake of having blood.
That got on my nerves. It still gets on my nerves.
Body horror is not for me.
Yeah. Like it's you have to be subtle with a lot of things. That's why when you mentioned Nightmare on Elm Street, which actually holds up, because especially the first one, because the way it's addressed.
Yeah.
You know,
the story is very strong, and the first one is always going to be classic because of it. And even the visual effects hold up today, which is quite amazing for a 1984 movie, to see somebody get drug up on the ceiling and it still looks good.
And
the amount of like blood, or not blood, but you know, the liquid that they had to use.
Yeah.
And the same thing as the fourth one too, when they had with the bed as well. Listen.
Yeah, like it is, like it holds up very well. Like I watch that movie sometimes, just sort of like studying it, and I've catch something like new where I'm like, wow, that's good work. That's just good work.
I'm sorry, between the waterbed and hearing the Star Spangled Banner, as dude who's just getting ripped through the bed, has made me never see the waterbed ever at all. I'm sorry, I can't trust it. So that's psychological damage right there. I'm just
I always have the same reaction where I just say, "Oh, poor Johnny Depp." It's just
Poor baby.
Nothing traumatized people more than Final Destination 2, because when nobody gets behind a log truck.
That's damn right.
Absolutely not.
Until this day.
But turned out to be true. How many times you see those log accidents where you see a log go through somebody's car and it's in the whole time? It's not a movie.
The Black Collective always says, "See, that's why we don't do that."
Definitely don't get behind a log truck on West Virginia. Everything goes up or down, so you don't have much of a choice.
I will tell you firsthand, my wife, who's from West Virginia, and she says, "Why do I get all keyed up when we have to go down there?" And I said, "Because it's West Virginia. I've seen horror movies about West Virginia.
West Virginia, yeah, you know it. You're right.
I'm not going nowhere.
The backwoods.
Wrong turn, anybody?
Right.
Rose,
God.
You can even say wrong turn 2021.
Actually, there's a style of horror movie you just made me think about. One style of horror movie that I love, and that's anthologies.
Yes.
VHS.
Those are fun.
VHS actually is like the only super bloody one that I love. Like VHS, I hate it viral. And
I think there's like the ABCs of there's the ABCs of Death, VHS, and there's another one, but it deals with Halloween. It's
somebody 2 cents.
Centipede.
Yeah.
Like the kids of death or something like that.
Yeah.
Was it Trick or Treat?
Trick or Treat's another one. Yeah.
That's also one that how. Oh, Trick or Treat is awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
the one with the scarecrow.
Jeepers Creepers.
When they
That's
died,
not
though.
Scientology, though.
Creepers.
Yes.
I don't even
That's
watch Jeepers Creepers.
Scientology.
I don't watch Jeepers Creepers
That is a
anymore,
blasphemy that
especially
should
now
never
that I
be made.
know
That
about
movie
the
is dated.
creator.
To me, that movie's just a warning to mind your own business. There's no reason to
Basically, okay?
mind your own business.
That's
Go
a
home.
fact.
Oh,
I'm just
man.
saying, if you couldn't kill him, you could dissect him.
Hey, Tosh.
You had a machete. That's all I'm saying. Nobody ever thinks in a horror movie. That's the always
See,
good part.
Tosh knows what I'm talking about. Jeepers Creepers creator is a creeper. Exactly.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whatever this story.
Well, that ain't a tongue twister right there.
Oh yeah. So yeah, and horror anthologies they hold up pretty well.
Yeah.
Especially
Hell House
when they're
LLC
told.
did a really good
I
one
prob-
too.
Yeah.
I probably say like the story that got me the most out of like an anthology was in VHS 2. It was with a cult in
Yes.
in the Philippines.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
And
that was insane.
that like I'll never forget when I was sitting with my wife and my brother, and when it ended, we were just quiet. Like we didn't like know what to think.
That was all you could do. It's like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. Like we had to pause the movie for a second because we were missing the next story because we were like in thought as to what just went down. Like it was just messed up. I can't think of the name of it, but I know the dude who did the raid, who directed the raid, did that segment.
Huh.
And I was just
He didn't
like,
learn- he made his money.
whoa, like I would have never thought that it came from him because all he's done was action movies.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Well, homie earned his money, that's for sure. Because oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That
that
was
one was crazy. And actually part 2 had some of the best stories of the whole anthology to me.
Mhm.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with Keith Collins II. We're going to talk about some more horror anthologies, some more action films, and what's his dream action film, pals, possibly. We'll be right back. Blerds Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blerds Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred mystery box company.
Ooh, I can't wait till I get my hands on this pop start steak and tell me that's not the last pop start cake steak. Hmm? With all the vitamins and minerals that are included in Pop Starts, they still manage to bring a family together.
we are back with our guest. I'm not the guest, of course. Here, this is the guest. Keith Collins II. So I know you've done. We've seen the trailer for Savior, which is a combination of a comedy / action / sci-fi, right? Is the sci-fi angle something you really like to play with?
Yeah, I'd like to delve more into sci-fi. The problem with sci-fi as an independent filmmaker is just expensive. That's really it. It's expensive, and
practical effects come into play.
You're right. It's not easy. It's not easy. Like making Savior was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, but I think for what we did, it came out really good.
Yeah, it's just from seeing the trailer for it, and I'm like, okay, the suit is one thing, but the actual phasing in, the electricity looks, and that's where your money starts to come in.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, and for me, it was a lot of learning. You know what I mean? I've been doing visual effects, but this was like putting all of my visual effects skills to the test.
Right. Navy.
First of all, I did find it was called Safe Haven on VHS 2.
Yes.
It's called
Yes,
Safe Haven.
Safe Haven.
That y'all ain't seen VHS 2, you need to see it. It's Laney approved.
It's Laney approved.
Man.
I like that. That's the tagline now. It's Laney approved.
I like this horror movie. Laney approved.
And watch it with people. Watch it with people.
Like I
Trust
would
me.
put that in there. Yes. Thank you, Davey.
Always, I got you.
It's going on a shirt.
So with everything that you've done as far as film, like you said, you're not an actor, but create a filmmaker, stuntman, anything like that. Is there something that you want to explore but you haven't yet?
I don't think so. I think like I found sort of the things that I like, and I found my niches that I like, and I sort of want to stick to them. Like honestly, the only reason I act is when I can't find the actor to like do the movements that I need them to do. You know what I mean? Other than that, I wouldn't be in front of the camera. I'm just doing it so I can make sure that the project can get done or get started. And then like for Savior, it's technically a show, and I plan to recast somebody in that role.
Okay. I like that.
What about you, Spartan?
Oh no, I was gonna kind of piggybacking on Savior a little bit. So the thing is about sci-fi, it's like it's a really broad area of cinema that you can go into. So I guess my question being is, because of course Savior, like me and Navy, joked about it, being that there's a common writer kind of influence on it. Do you like to explore that genre, or do you have a specific set of cinema, a specific set of direction that you want to go into it, or it's just whatever tickles you at the moment that you think like, oh, this would be a great idea to go forward with in that kind of direction?
When I was thinking of Savior, I was like, I wanted to make, or the best way to describe it is Brother from Another Planet meets Guyver.
Okay.
And that was where I was like, I was like, I wanted to like tell this story of some interdimensional being trying to save Earth, but he's experiencing racism. So now he's like, should I just let Earth be destroyed?
I mean, we are in the Milky Way of the ghetto, so
Hashtag Magneto was right.
The ghetto.
Yeah, it's in that vein. It's in that vein.
I mean, you mentioned Guyver, you had my attention. That's all I was like, okay.
I mean, that was like our suit design. Like when we started like looking at suits, it was like Guyver. That's sort of where we wanted to go.
Okay. No, it was no. Okay, that's what I was thinking. But no, it's just I'm always curious because sci-fi has always been it's starting to become that new frontier that a lot of filmmakers and playwrights and individuals such as yourself are kind of going into. It's just always curious to see what direction they want to tell a story, and I dig that. Super. an alien comes to Earth and wants to realize whether or not I want to save the Earth or do I want to damn it. And you're kind of seeing kind of from a black person's perspective. So I dig that.
I think that what really tells the story is when it comes to sci-fi. When it comes to sci-fi or Afro-futurism, I'm gonna just put it out there. We can tell a really good story.
Mm-hmm.
When it is something about people of color and black people that can tell a really good sci-fi story.
I think it's because we're always looking towards the future because of where we are right now.
I was gonna also say just
A word was given and received. So what'd you say, Lanny?
No, I was gonna say also are just collective experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like we're even experiencing that now with X-Men. I'm not sure that the story could be as rich if Napkins wrote it. You know what I'm saying? Like they can write a story, right? But like there are nuances that they just will not get, especially being in America. There are nuances they will never understand. You know what I'm saying? So like from our perspective, we can fill that in and it makes it that much more richer.
Yeah.
I agree. I have another trailer for you, and this is the one I had seen the entirety of, and I'm like, this is fun, and because it was completely different. And then I seen you and Jerry Sir, who is also a martial artist, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's about to be a party in here, because he's also another local actor, and he's in the martial arts and stuff. And this one is Rumble TV. Go.
No matter what I did the night before, I always make sure to stay in shape by getting up early, getting that work in. The day I don't get up is the day I lose. By the time I meet up with them, they already beat me. They're already ahead.
The concept was simple. One man versus the world. A $30 million prize.
Yes, I know he's in a lot of pain and I know it hurts, but we're almost there. That big.
Yeah, that girl is a little shaky, but Lord have mercy, have you seen a body?
All they would have to do is say this phrase.
It's time.
I'm here to fight.
Time.
I knew games we eventually kick up, but this dude, he just broke all the rules. That man was trying to hurt me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Rumble TV.
Time to rumble. Time for you to rumble. Here's the card. Let's go.
Rumble TV. So tell the people what this one's about.
Oh yeah, definitely tell us what this is about.
Rumble TV is shot as a reality show, and it's about this character Phil, who pretty much has to fight his way through tons of people in the last 3 episodes of this season to win $30 million. And he's trying to live his life as normal as possible while this is all going on.
It's the gauntlet for me.
just the card getting thrown. It's like it's only if on site was a movie.
Right.
I mean, especially in the church. Like nowhere it's safe in the church.
So yeah, because I watch this movie, and I'm like, all right, he gonna have some kind of not the pastor. Jesus.
that pastor there said you missed the collection plate for the last 3 weeks. Maybe what you owe.
And the Lord said, "Wang."
I'm like, they fighting in the Lord's church. In the world. Mink, 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 mink. So
wow.
Wild. So how did you come up with this idea?
Me and a friend had been talking about that idea for almost 20 years. We were trying to sort of just figure out when would be a good time to do it. And like at the time we had talked about it, like reality shows were just coming out. And we pretty much had years to watch reality shows. So the best way to describe Rumble TV is Real Housewives of Atlanta meets a Jackie Chan movie. It's just everything is going wrong. You never feel safe. You're always on edge. And it was like I said, it was a 20-year like talk until we finally, one day after I finished my first feature, Assassin's Game. My friend, his name is Marcel Dorsey. He was like, "Hey, you remember that movie we always talk about, Rumble TV?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "You think we could do it?" I said, "If you write the script, we'll do it." And he wrote the script in a week. And I had no choice but to do it. Like I was like, "All right, let's do it." So
that was a challenge.
The movie is a social satire. It really is a social satire, but it's an action film.
I tell you what, there was a point in the film where the main character Phil, and I'm just like, this brother got to get some kind of sleep. Jesus, just one day, like that. And when the brother couldn't say the line. And he just said, "Screw it," and threw the card. I thought about Harlem Nights. Until the scene of Harlem Nights when Jack couldn't talk to him. My man was stuttering. He was I make it dead and then knocked out. I knew what you were saying. I just couldn't get it there. So, but yeah, so it was. I'm like, oh, this is a comedy / reality series, and it's crazy because this thing was like you getting your ass whooped for $30 million.
Yeah.
Half is going to taxes, a third of that is going to the hospital bill. Like, you just gotta. I'm like,
yeah. No, it was that movie was one of the roughest movies I ever did because we filmed it during the pandemic, and it took a lot more time because of it. And we ended up finishing it. It took me 2 years to finish it. We finished it in 2022. Because of we weren't able to get locations and stuff would change, but everybody stuck with the project. They believed in the project, and we were able to get it done. And I think it turned out really, really funny. Like I think we got our desired result.
Yeah. Before we get to our next topic, talk to us about Thrill Flicks.
Thriller Flicks. That is the streaming service that I created to give creators of color a place to have an imagination, like a place to put their movies with an imagination. It's the opposite of Tubi.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you.
And if you're wondering, yes, he's in talks with I know you have one on Amazon, and I know you have the one on Tubi, and I know you're talking to Kevin over at Blerds Station too. So no worries, there's plenty of projects to go around.
Yeah, like the goal, like I know Blerds Station wants to be the Netflix. I want to be the Tubi. I want to be the Blerd Tubi.
I said the only reason to watch Tubi is if I want to see an old movie I haven't seen in a while, like Big Trouble in Little China or something like that.
Yeah, Tubi, like, and don't get me wrong, there's some guilty pleasures on Tubi. I don't, hate Tubi. It's just that,
it ain't by
it's
us.
Definitely a lot of the same. It's a lot of the same.
Yeah. I have heard some horror stories.
Yeah.
About some of the films that's on Tubi.
Yeah, no, like Thriller Flicks is the anti Tubi. It's really for it's action, comedy, horror, sci-fi, and that's the content we look for from filmmakers. And we really just, like I said, I just want to show that we have an imagination, even if we don't have a budget.
That. You're speaking. Are you sure you ain't a pastor? The second set of bars you didn't drop on this. Okay, there it is. Now I was adding up. See, that's that intuition. That's so I'm gonna show the clip for Thriller Flicks, which is like the sizzler, I guess you can call it.
Yeah, the sizzle is real.
Yeah. I will say, sir, I've seen other skeletons move not nearly as smooth.
I'm trying to figure out why was the skeleton packing is my question.
Yeah, I literally put that in the comments, like, sir, it's shooting skeletons. What we doing?
Pistols and aviators. That's the thing.
That's
skeleton.
I'm
The
sorry.
name of the movie is Skeleton Cop, by the way. It's actually very entertaining.
Is it a skeleton cop that turns his body camera off? What the hell?
Wow.
It is very, very entertaining.
It moves better than the skeletons from Army of Darkness.
That is true.
That's saying a lot.
I don't know why. I just got like Assy McGee in my head from that. I'm gonna watch it. I'm just saying, but it's that's what came to my head. Oh my gosh.
So, how can people get in contact with Thriller Flicks?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
How can they get Thriller Flicks TV?
Right now is solely a website. We're working on our app right now. The app is in alpha, and it's gonna be Android first.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel I'm sorry. We will be working on the iOS, but it was just easier to program the Android.
Take your time.
So it's coming. It will come. Hopefully, it'll come. Very soon.
That's
good. But Android will probably be dropping first, and but right now you can go to thrillerflix.tv and you can get a subscription, which is $40 a year or $4 a month.
That's not bad, actually. It's good dollars. Chief, can you stick around to talk? Did you watch X-Men? Have you watched X-Men?
Yes.
Okay. Can you stick around to watch or for our discussion?
Yeah, sure. I want to hear what other people have to say about it.
All right. Well, we are getting right into it. We are talking X-Men 97, episode 9, Tolerance is Extinction, part 2.
Can we pray for Spartan first? Because Spartan has been getting the living hoo-ha beat out of him during the course of this. This has been hilarious.
Spartan is taking on. He's pretty much what Wolverine has been getting.
Yeah.
It's Goku Day, and Gohan is in his training arc.
His hair is longer. His earlobe is longer.
I just let him play. Just let him play in my hair.
So we've gotten episode 9. We're one more episode away.
I'm not ready.
Do we want to put Kira's poster behind her?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All the time I'm representing the mutants. And I gotta say, this is I can't say it enough. This is some of the best damn writing I've seen out of any animation. Animation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that because I love
yeah.
X-Men. I'm saying that because we've all watched a lot of DC animated films and shows, even Justice League Unlimited, great stuff. But the writing in this show,
It's better. It's better than a
unreal.
lot of live action stuff. Let's be
It
honest.
is.
It's
It
better
is.
than a lot of live action.
Yeah.
When
I
you
think
sit back,
Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
think in part because they know their audience. It may have started out as a show for children, but they know that those kids that watch that show are now adults.
Right.
And so if they want to continue the story that we watched when we were kids, then they need to adultify it a little bit, grow it up a little bit. And they've done an amazing job with it.
Lady Mandalore, you was gonna say something. You was gonna say something. Yeah, you was gonna say
no. I was no.
Or were you just praising the goddess of storm?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
Speaking
all
of which,
means, no.
we knew she was coming back, and just as the goddess she is, she came back glorious. And nobody is supposed to be doing. You know what? She saves Roberto and Jubilee's ass, and she's posing as she did it. And I'm like,
pose.
I didn't because it's her,
They both
with
come
her
from
own theme music. She has her own theme music. That's her theme music.
Just like a true black mother, she got her groove back and then her babies.
Wow.
This is that Christian brother. That's a Tyler Perry movie.
No, she's not. She got forged.
She got forged.
We are complete.
Even Ford said it.
I mean, Ford does have the build of the shirtless, light-skinned gardener who's like,
Well,
he's
not that light.
He's not that
Those pools stay clean all the time. Okay, those pools stay clean all.
What's going on, Kuma? Over at Nerdy Bear Studios, he's jumped in the chat over in IG. You can join the chat. You can definitely join the chat over in YouTube.
What up, nephew?
Comment scene. But yeah, even Forge said it. He was just like, oh, she's doing her goddess modest routine. Everybody in her vicinity knows Storm's shit. There ain't no question.
She ain't got to say it. She got her people to say it for her. She ain't got to say it not one time.
And when she sees Jean, and she's like, Jean dropped everything she was doing. She
this house.
She literally dropped everything she was doing.
My girl is back. That's all she cared about.
You're like, we the only two Omegas up in this place. We're like,
how'd you leave me with these people?
I thought I lost you.
But yeah, it is this particular scene. I'm jumping ahead, but this particular scene right here, yeah, I was like, that's a line.
Make them weather your mind. Make them mind your weather.
And I'm like, oh. Yeah, y'all knew what y'all was doing when y'all did that. I had to keep watching it because I'm like, despite everything that's going on with the X-Men, trying to shut down Bastion, now trying to stop Magneto, get the Earth set back right. They are still a better team than the Avengers.
Yeah, they are.
Red and blue, red and gold team, or blue and gold team. I'm like, they shot it out. They shot it out.
That's from the comics.
Yep.
I was like, the blue and gold team, they got it.
Yep. There were so many geek out moments in this episode. How could you not have lost your mind? I mean, good grief. How many of us shot at our TV?
How many what? I'm sorry.
Shouted or screamed at the TV.
I shot it at the phone. I was silent at the phone because I was at work. So I was like, oh!
A couple different types out of it. I mean, at the
TV.
But yeah, it was the silent scream at the phone at work. It was the scream at home, in the office, and in the living room, and in the bed. That's right. I watched it 5 times already.
I'm only up to 3. Don't judge me.
Every episode I've watched at least 5 times because there's so much to break down from it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so much. You figure we get more story in 30 minutes.
Well told stories that have cohesion and make fucking sense. And there's no plot holes. Where's the point of hole? Point of hole.
Right.
I'm just happy to see, their powers being used properly for once.
Yes.
Like the way your mind sees it, the way you've seen it in the comics, they're using them, and you're like, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think Morph is Mystique. I think Morph is our legal loophole. He is just a walking cameo machine for people we can't bring in fully at this point.
When he morphed into the Hulk and used Hulk's powers better than the Hulk did, especially the twirl into the Sentinel. Yo,
he morphed into the Hulk. Jean surrounded him with a force field that gave him that extra kick. I'm like, we are here.
You basically did a fastball special with the Hulk, but I am not complaining.
It was like a Marvel vs. Capcom move, wasn't it?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
They've taken every level of nerddom of media that the X-Men have been in, because even Rogue, when she did her kick in her episode, I'm like, that was a Marvel vs. Capcom move.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all, all the bases? Y'all covered all the bases? I was literally, I could, when you nerd out, you can feel that gauge when you feel, and I'm talking to my wife and I said, you don't understand. This show's been on for over 2 months and it hasn't been a drop.
Yeah.
Like the ratings has been at 10 every week.
Keep on wanting to pull a Snoop Dogg. This mother don't miss. This whole doggone time.
It's everything a woman has ever wanted, and it's just consistent.
Thanks, Kate.
So consistent.
Did you really just pull a Kate out right now, Lady Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Spartan, everybody's pulling the K dot. It's just
I prove that.
He inspired a nation.
I love how they cast Charles as the perfect scapegoat.
Yo, fuck Charles, man.
For his return. He was everybody went in on him that could.
And it wasn't enough.
No.
It wasn't enough.
Oh, wow.
I will say this. I will speak for him in this term. When he's talking to President Kelly, and President Kelly says what he says, he was like, no, Magneto was a man who has been pushed too far. He's seen it 2 times and been proven time. I'm like, that is the most sensible thing you've said.
Ever.
Because it's right. He's like, y'all pushed him too far.
But that's because Chuck loves Mags.
Yep. He'll never put him down. He will never put Magneto down, although he should have done it 3 times already.
I didn't catch that they were like in like some weird telespace when he was talking to Kelly. But yeah, I didn't like how they kept flipping. It's like, you gave the bad guy your school, and I'm like, and y'all nuked an entire country with a child in his arms for like the 3rd time. So who's really at fault here?
Magneto told him, he said, I watched a child eyes vaporize in his skull after I told him that I would keep him safe. I'm like,
do you understand?
Listen, I mean, he said it in the first episode where he said, "Don't let me let you down."
Yeah.
And he did that shit.
So he said, "Let's go."
It's like, you do this, it's on site. I'm giving you the warning.
You destroyed
to his credit, he stepped up and he tolerated as much as he could, but he snapped, and he had a reason to snap. He had a reason. And here comes Charles.
Please don't do it. We've had many people.
The only
die.
question that I do have, and I understand why it's not going to happen due to story, but it was like, why did he take his anger first out on Bastion?
I think
because Bastion is, to me, what everybody feels Charles is. I think
he's
a terrible mutant.
I think in terms of because we already know that Bastion himself, he won't shut down from an EMP, and I think Magneto might know that. Thinking ahead in terms of chess, and so he's just like, I think he's thinking in terms of, I need to shut this down right now. I don't have time to pick and choose. I gotta shut this down and then
But
start it up.
But let's not also forget, Bastion sat there and told him, I'm not the enemy. I wasn't the one that destroyed Genosha. They did. He sat there while giving him a shave and a haircut. I'm not your enemy. If you really think about it, I'm not the one that destroyed Genosha. The humans did. I am merely, I am merely just a product of their actions. The same actions that you deny and your friend Charles protect. So I mean, if you really think about it, Bastion slicks up there and told Magneto like, it ain't me.
Laney, put the signal up. Let's
I
go.
at this point, if I'm Chuck, I would just lie to calm him down. Are they gonna fix Genosha? Nigga, we know 2 time travelers. Maybe.
Yeah, you on point with the faces today, boy.
Yeah, man,
Look, I'm like Magneto. Like, you get to a point in life when you become an adult after reading so many X-Men, you're just like, no, he's actually right.
Yeah, he
like
is.
I get what you want, Charles. I get it. But at the same time, where does it end? Because you know they're not going to change. And all I want is for us to be left the fuck alone.
Right.
This is why I keep saying Charles is a selective pacifist. He's selective.
Charles,
and it's never in his favor. It's literally never in anybody's fucking favor.
Nope, Charles got that alien punani and he left.
Yeah,
the episode was gonna go when he couldn't wheel through his own. You could tell how it was gonna go. He couldn't wheel through his own hallway because of the rubble. Like,
yeah.
But Charles,
no, go ahead, Lane. Go
Charles
ahead.
does everything with great intentions. He means well, but the problem is, like I've said before, the road to hell is paved with great intentions. He doesn't believe in the agency of the other people that he's using to fight this war. He doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Charles thinks I'm the end all, the be all. I know how things are supposed to end. I know how they should be. And because of that, he will not grant agency to the other people who are basically on the ground fighting the war for him. And that's when he messes up.
He knows everyone's minds, but not their hearts. And it's fucking weird. It's weird.
And the way these conversations go between him and Magneto are the same conversations that we've seen in the live action movies where Magneto was like,
nigga,
you can just in just one.
I'm sorry.
Just one. And that's all it would take. If it's the president, if it's somebody holding nuclear, push just one.
You had
just
the
to
ability
let them know that
every human on the planet, and yet you chose to say that we have to listen to them.
Yeah. I mean, Red Hood said it best. And Under the Red Hood, when he's talking to Batman, he said, I didn't tell you to kill all the villains, just the Joker. Just him. Nobody else.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is nearly as a threat as this dude. If you take him out, the rest will fall in line.
Yep.
That part.
But to his whole thing, I feel like the doc was just a reason to split them up, which is something I noticed like in the original series. It's like they have a way of just making sure that this group of people are removed from this scene where they'd be helpful. So I feel like they needed a reason to split them up. So half them go to Asteroid M, half them go to Bastion, which there was a lot of, we could have been doing this the whole time because we could have just you tell me Asteroid M was just in the water and you could have easily just been like, we'll try this again. On top of that, as much of a pacifist as Beast is being, we can karate chop Sentinels and pimp slap them with their own hands now.
He does have super strength.
He does got super strength.
What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
You couldn't do that shit to Trent like one good time. Just I'm not condoning violence against women, but she's a Sentinel prime. Just what like Kendrick said, right in the throat.
Right in the
throat. I'm not saying you could have backhanded her, but I understand.
Apparently with them it's whoever gets the first hit, because him and Rogue literally got knocked in the next week.
Yeah,
Rogue got sucker punched and she was out.
And she had her moment when she sits there. She was like, she looked at everybody. She was like, she looked at Storm. She was like, Gal, you wasn't even here. She like, you weren't even here. Jean was down, had dead, and how many times have we been through that? It's like, I'm like,
right.
Like, and the rest of y'all wasn't even on the
I told you on the back. Morphin
ran the list. She ran
10
the
minutes.
list.
I mean, at least
I was like,
now the funny thing they said about Morph was like they were saying in the original 92 version, Morph actually got X'd out within 30 minutes of the episode.
Yeah,
he did.
She was like, he
It
wasn't
was
even on team
so
30
it was
minutes
like
before.
The writing was so accurate on this.
Yeah, because she was like, Morph wasn't even on the team 30 minutes before we threw him to the wolves, and I'm like, yeah, because Wolverine got pissed at Cyclops. He gut punched him. He was like, you son of a bitch.
At least
You left him behind.
She was nice enough to not misgender them during the chew out. That was kind of her.
I caught that.
Yeah.
Because she said
they,
they, and I'm like, I caught that. Yeah. No, you covered the bases, my guy.
I didn't.
So when she said we threw them to the wolves, I'm like, nice of you to not misgender Morph while reading everyone for filth while wearing Remy's coat.
Yeah,
while wearing Remy's coat.
And she took it off. Was like, okay.
And she didn't disrespect it, even when it came to the goddess. She didn't even disrespect. She was like, "Gal, you wasn't even here."
Yeah,
and she dropped it at the like.
And I feel like that hurt worse.
Yeah,
ma'am, sister friend. I'm just letting you know.
This girl
wasn't there.
Now you notice the entire
didn't see
time.
what I seen, so I'm gonna just leave it at that because I know you can strike my ass at any moment. But
I think out of everybody that could have convinced Rogue not to go anywhere, it was Nightcrawler, and he said nothing.
Mm-hmm. He just said her name, and then she was like,
pattern with that.
He said nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, Nightcrawler had nothing to answer me.
I actually,
you really are mother's child.
I actually like it because I feel like in the older ones they would have had more of a discussion about don't go. And this is the second time that there's been something that you can think about it being either morally wrong or morally ambiguous, and no one is really trying to say don't do it. And I like that. You know,
well, after she dropped my guy off a fucking roof, what you gonna tell her?
But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about because I feel like in either older. The older version or in other cartoons, you would have had characters really grip with that dialogue. No, they just let it go. They let it be, and they let it sit with the viewer, and I love that.
There's moments. Go ahead.
How Magneto just showed up with an entire asteroid.
Asteroid M. That's where it crashed at in the original.
Y'all coming or what?
Yeah.
One of my friends, shout out to you, boy Rock Lee. One of his friends was like, why didn't he just take it and just go live on his own? I'm like, they did about 2 seasons ago, and then they just apparently could have done that again the whole time.
Yeah. Yep. It actually the first time he had Asteroid M, he had Cortez. Cortez was a little power hungry. He was a little out.
That wasn't even his fault.
Cortez, oh yeah, that wasn't his fault. But Cortez, it was the fault of Cortez. So, once they figured it out, plus he was lying. And that's what caused all that turmoil. So when he crashed land, he told Professor and the team, he was like, "Hey, y'all go, I got this." And he crashed it. He was like, "I'm going to bring this down safely." But he stayed on the lam. And now all this happened. He was like, "You know what? I'm going to do this again. And this time I'm not asking no questions. I'm not looking for no permission. I just need to do this."
Yeah.
And this is not the only time Rogue has left, before, because she started out with Magneto in the original.
Yeah.
Series and comics. And when Rogue and Sunspot leave with Magneto, it was giving me Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver vibes. Because there was a moment where he was just like facing off with them again, and he was like, "I will take my kids with me." Because they ain't gonna say no, right? Because Pietro is always trying to get his father's approval, and Scarlet Witch is just basically her father's daughter.
And on a dying planet, you didn't go get them first,
right?
We might have.
Dear X-Men, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that those men are your fathers.
Yeah, you're right. He was more focused on shielding the mutants.
Dear
as he He said, I tried doing it your way. And look what happened. I held back. And look what happened. We still got these racist bastards. We still have these people that don't trust us despite what we do for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they still mistreat us. They don't care. We had an asteroid to ourselves. We had an island that was built up in both, which is was the paradise. It was a combination of both their ideals that worked. That was the paradise.
What he said, Charles, what I saw was exactly what you talked about.
That's
and
right.
They still destroyed it.
Yeah. You're right, Tosh. He genuinely tries.
He's genuinely disappointed because he's like, I lived your dream and it literally went by us.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was like we were minding our business. Charles, you was in space with your bird queen, and I'm like,
with your bird box.
I thought he said chicken head.
But while he was up there, even he knew it. He was just like, I felt my children. They were dancing and drinking and making love, and look what happened.
I was waiting for him to clap back with that, like you were there, like, bro, I saw it in space. Trust me, it hurts.
So,
but it felt like they needed to get a lot in this episode. So they just, like I said, they needed the confrontation to be the device that divides them. And then I'm guessing everyone's regular suits got destroyed in the house.
Yeah. It's buried in the rubble. So they had to go to the old, which is when we were watching Pride of the X-Men, which was in 88. And that showed them in those original costumes. And yes, Wolverine had an Australian accent. Like I said, which is serendipitous because Hugh Jackman is Australian. So, but just having that happen, and still, Magneto said the door. He said the choice is there. The door is open. I'm out.
I'm not forcing nobody to do it. Just like Bastion, I'm not forcing anybody to join my side. But if you want to volunteer,
the
only difference is Bastion is making some influence. That's the thing. He's pushing influence in certain areas.
The one thing you'll say about him,
but he's forcing, but he's using what is already there and weaponizing it. So all the people that he made sense.
but that's the same thing that Magneto's doing the same thing. He's not lying and putting a little extra, sauce in the mix.
Exactly. He was like, look,
but it's still the same thing in my head.
He's like,
it's open opportunity.
Yeah. He's saying you're going to be safe with me. So because if they come our way, ain't no peace. Ain't no peace.
I mean, look at Magneto's track record. When y'all was with me, did we lose anybody?
Chuck.
Look, we got joint custody, but y'all grown. You can spend the weekend with who you want to.
Damn.
Oh.
I don't like it when mommy and daddy fight.
And all of this happened because Bastion's mama wanted to see that her baby was special. If Chuck just didn't,
before you leave here, you leave the clothes here, okay?
If Chuck just didn't mess up the sales pitch, none of this would have happened.
And he was sitting there crying.
Well, the mama was not with it anyway. She was racist anyway.
Yeah, apparently she didn't like the word mutant, and that's what ruined it and got us. I did like the little nod to the noise, and then when he I don't feel bad for you, but when he put his mom to rest, he's like, it's quiet now.
Just dang. That gave me Norman Bates vibes. It's quiet now.
Right?
The way they tried to humanize him by crying over his mother, I was like, I don't feel sorry for you.
I don't. Put your mom in the fucking stew. What are you talking about? You don't feel bad. Are you kidding me?
Your mom did a whole exorcism transformation when she went full Sentinel.
So I enjoy what they're doing. Like Tasha even said, she said, nope, don't feel sorry for you. Nope.
I don't feel sorry for him. Don't feel sorry for his mom or anybody in pink with lines on their face. They can all go to HDMI. I don't care. I don't care.
Congratulations, Trey.
Oh man.
Hey, good luck, Trey.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Congratulations, Trey. Good luck on the audition.
Wait, is it Emmy nominated Trey? Oh my god, I forgot. He got an Emmy.
It is.
Good,
I'm glad you said that.
I said break the leg and it censored my comment.
Oh yeah,
I have the strictness turned off. I don't know why it's being weird on everybody tonight.
It's just weird. That's
yeah.
That's why I don't put anything. I don't put anything on the Book of Faces because they're like, oh, dude, this is spam. I bet the fuck not. I won't. But yeah. So now you have everybody in their traditional blues, or in Wolverine's case, yellow and browns, and they go up to Asteroid M. He going for a battle. One team's up in space, the other is over with the Sentinels, which this is always a problem. I get that the separation of the teams while they attack two fronts is commendable, but there's too much. There's too much happening on one front. And that's the front with the Sentinels. There's too much happening on that front. They needed all hands on deck. In my opinion, they needed all hands on deck on that one. Because even Charles said it. He was like, if we shut down Bastion, then maybe Magneto will come around. Because we're at that time, Magneto was in space. He wasn't doing nothing. He was minding his own damn business.
Just chilling.
You still got the U.S. government. You still got the rest of the planet. You still have Friends of Humanity. No, Magneto is not coming the hell around. I'm sorry. No. Burn it down, start over, reset, Control Alt Delete that hoe. Pardon.
I was like, if he was more or less like, we need to turn the Earth back on. I was like, I get that part. The Friends of Humanity, there's nothing you can do about that, like at all, Chuck. You know, it was.
I was just confused why they was chasing the teenagers. Yeah, look what you guys did. I'm like, I turned to 50 Cent. What you say F me for?
One of those people said, if you think Genosha was bad, wait till you see what we do to you. To two teenagers.
That were
go back and watch it when they were chasing Jubilee and Sunspot down that alley. One of them said, if you think Genosha was bad, wait till you see what we do to you.
Mm-hmm. And they
wow,
and I was like, oh hell no.
It's giving trauma. It's giving trauma.
I would living that right now. At this point, somebody should have stepped like, look, you two old fogies have dodged death once already. It's time for the tag out. Listen, do you really want to be you can let Earth die, but do you just want to be the walking big metal target in space for the few things that are left alive? Because that's all they're going to do is come flood you. Like, congrats. You get your asteroid, you watch the Earth turn black. Have fun harvesting no resources, old man. I was waiting for someone like, hey.
So Jedi Master J over on IG, he says, I need like 5 more seasons of X-Men. Dude.
Well constructed seasons of X-Men 97.
Right.
Please.
Oh, he's
ahead of the curve.
My money is he's secretly rehired. He's secretly rehired Nancy.
Because he is actively on Twitter breaking, like, here's your homework.
Right, read this, do that.
Watch Star Trek Cause and Effect for next episode. Here's after said episode, he answers certain questions. He acknowledges certain things, and I'm like, this doesn't sound toxic to me, people. None of this. Look, we done got through a whole 10 episodes now. I'm just counting that one out right now.
Although he used that Star Trek, he used that Next Generation episode. That's why I was like, oh, you son of a. Okay.
He's
did anybody catch the self-insert during the fight with
DeMayo's diner?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm with you, Tosh.
And then Sinister can apparently skate on air now. Like it was giving Adam Eve.
They've always nerfed Sinister. He's him, but at the same time, he's still human. He's still got coward in him.
Yeah.
You know,
I respect him.
He's not exactly Starscream coward, but he's damn close.
I respect him as a scientist, but literally everyone has got a shot off on this man and made him retreat. Like at this point, I was like, oh, he's doing good, and then you got beat by Blue Jukebox. Don't square up again.
I mean, Bastion said it. He was just like, I knew that wasn't you because he would have left before saving anybody else.
Can we talk about how sending in Morph as Sinister was nasty work?
I didn't catch
a smart move. Yeah,
it was a smart move, but not enough research done on that.
Isn't old boy still somewhat traumatized? I mean,
no,
wasn't that hinted at in the beginning?
Morph had to nut up. Morph had to nut up. It was no other
okay.
question.
I get your point. Being the character that drove him crazy, and because he did reference the bag under the eyes Morph earlier in the season too. So.
I really think that it's fucking Magneto. There's no way that boy would have turned into fucking. I can't shake that shit. It's bothering me. I don't want to be wrong, but I also, if I'm wrong, it's fine. But explain it, because there's no way that child has healed from the trauma that was Sinister. There's no way.
I said sending him in as Sinister was nasty work. I understand why they had to do it, but come on.
I mean, because in a sense of being on that team, he's just like, my family needs me. I gotta buck up. I gotta buck up.
But there's no.
I may not like it. I may not like.
Okay, the thing that's
if it's with Logan, yes.
I don't think plans are being made. I think these were all split wartime decisions, because by this time, Jean was with Sinister, not Bastion. Cable got yeeted into the forest.
But that's my thing. Every single episode, we have a conversation, and a conversation after conversation after conversation about things that are traumatizing to every single member of this team. Morph has not talked about him once this entire season. That is weird. It's weird. If it's not, I'm standing on.
Well, see, this is how I look at it. This is how I look at it with Morph. With him dealing with that, with Morph dealing with the trauma, and he's very snarky, right? And people who snarky like that, they use that as the cover for something else. Spider-Man does it all the time.
Yeah, he uses sarcasm to hide his pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we touched on it in the Goblin Queen episode a little bit.
But we have Cyclops going in heavy with Charles. You have Storm going in heavy with Forge. You've got, what is that child's name? Jean Grey going in heavy with Storm about her child, about Wolverine and Cyclops. There are so many people having these moments. In the original series, never has a moment. In this new series, Morph never has a moment. That bothers me. And I swear to God, that's the only plot hole that is chapping my ass right now. Because there's no fucking way everybody on this team, including Beast, has had a moment talking about their trauma, and it's never Morph. Even during the moment when Goblin Queen was fucking with him, we still don't have that conversation. It's weird. I'm just saying it's weird.
I think it was supposed to be brave. I think it was supposed to be like brave of Morph in the first place to even reference their old defective form, and then to even, you can see they were shaking up about even going to the castle, but they still went. So I think this being like a third charge on the same person, along with multiple attempts from the previous show, I think I wouldn't be surprised if they felt like they were beating a dead horse, since all of season 2 was dedicated to this, or if they're saving it for the next episode. We could. If there was a moment, to your point, I was expecting it to be during the collar conversation, which by all means, I know Storm's traumatized, but yes, let's use the bad thing one more time.
And there's also one moment where they zoom in on his eyes, and I can't remember, and I'm really bad at quoting shit from shows. I will never do it. Sorry. But there's a moment where they actually zoom in on his eyes while they're having that discussion on the dock with Rogue. It itches so fucking bad. It's annoying me. It's annoying at this point for me. I'm like, if that's the red herring, I'm the only one that's watching, and now I feel like I might be. I don't know.
I mean, I'm asking every episode, because they're in every intro credits. Where is the rest of the Brotherhood? It's like, that's why I'm.
Oh, that's not time for them to come in yet.
No, that's why this episode, I'm like, okay, everybody who's like on the right side of that opening credits has been shown through Morph. I'm like, Morph might just be our legal loophole. This might not actually serve anything.
Not Sabretooth, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Not Sabretooth, but I mean, we've got Juggernaut, we've gotten all. we get a bigger transformation every it'll be galactic.
We haven't seen Pyro either. We haven't seen Pyro.
I mean, we haven't seen Pyros. That's another one.
So
I mean, we've been looking for Mystique for this entire season.
Yeah,
he kept falling out. I'm still saying, "Oh, girls, Mystique."
She's not in it.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. I think what's her face is Mystique.
Val Cooper.
Val.
Yeah. I think Mystique is her.
We've already established that it's not her.
We've
established it's not her. She's human.
Did we really?
Yeah, because
really establish
yes,
yeah,
we did.
because for the simple fact that she's expressed why she teamed up with Bastion, only to realize, ooh, I fucked up. We fucked up.
The reveal could have came when she freed Magneto and was by herself.
That's what I was looking for. But when she didn't do the reveal, I'm like, in that speech she was given, which is a very much a reality-based speech, where she says it's just another thing, just another hashtag, and I'm like, ooh, if we don't do that now,
what was the point?
Yeah,
it's and just overall, what is that, Charles? Mystique is not about saving humans. She will fuck you up.
Her mission is to get in there, gut you, get the information, and get out. She don't care about nothing else.
She is not trying to help the ops at all. And that is so far removed from her. She's not giving up the idea of being able to walk around blue.
That being said, it still bothers me about her. It's still something about her that still I can't help but wonder that she's still somewhere tied into all of this, not as a throwaway character. That's the thing that keeps bothering me.
We still didn't get a full explanation as to why are you here.
Right.
But it makes it, which still makes more sense for her to be Morph and to be so subdued and under the radar, which is what has been the whole thing for Morph this entire season. Under the radar, getting intel on the X-Men, figuring out how to. It would make sense to feed that information back. I don't even know who she's going to feed it back to at this point. I don't know who.
It would kind of require to have info on Morph.
It'll be her allegiance is more towards Magneto than anybody.
It would require to have more info on Morph than she would even have access to. Is my thing, because even down to the Sinister face, I don't think they ever crossed paths during that.
Right.
We have seen this show is not afraid of surprises. We have
speaking of surprises, speaking of surprises, but not surprise.
I'm curious. Cameo number 10 next is the final cameo is going to be from Morph next episode.
So speaking of surprises, that's not actually a surprise.
Oh my god!
That moment
I
happened.
screamed the loudest. I screamed the loudest at this scene. I can't believe they incorporated this. This is fucking genius.
I've never seen it in the I've always, everybody always talks about it. I've never been able to find that book. I didn't know. I never bothered to even look. But when I saw that shit, I was like, wait, I didn't wait.
No,
we didn't know.
Look, when we first read it when it came out, we were just like, yo, damn, I didn't realize he would have been able to do that all this time.
Yep.
He just was like,
I
just choose not to.
He was not pushed to that point.
He was not pushed to that point to where he's like, you don't really need that adamantium anymore.
Let me help you one time.
And then
it was that moment that even Charles, he's like, no, don't do this. Too late.
For the love of God.
He said, there are two words I've always wanted to say.
Everyone I've seen react. Everyone I've seen react just loses it at that. They lose it at the pimp slap with the Sentinel and the shut up scene. This instant laughter.
Absolutely.
How long was Magneto waiting to say those two words? He's like, you know what? Just one time. Shut
and it's putting it over the mouth of someone who doesn't need it to talk. That's the funny part.
Right.
and then not Charles, but Wolverine hitting Magneto with his own quote from season 1.
Yeah. That was
the fact I was waiting for the stat. I was just like, because he's like, I've been wanting. One thing Wolverine will do is he will take out the enemy.
Yep.
Which is why he doesn't have a lot of enemies.
Zombieland, double tap.
From the minute he landed on that asteroid, he went straight for Magneto. That's how come Rogue had to get in his face.
She's like, "You are going for the kill. We're not doing that."
He said, "Not now, sugar."
I was waiting for him to stab her. Like, you can heal later. Just sit down somewhere.
Because even she was just like, "Look, we ain't trying. We'll fight you, but we ain't trying to kill you. Like, we don't want that."
You didn't claw one thigh, give Rogue something to worry about. Like, here, I'm not gonna kill you, but you move.
just have a seat.
She was like, "No, you going for the kill. That's not what we're gonna do."
This series continues to show the genius of placing plot lines from the comics that have been long standing. Put them in at poignant areas at points where 1, you're going to react, 2, you're going to talk about it, and 3, you're going to speculate what's going to happen next.
Right.
I'm here for it.
I keep hearing just I don't know, but yeah, I keep
Yeah, that one.
I keep seeing Onslaught trending, and I got 0. The only thing I'm looking at is because I don't think I've seen them do it outside of video games and the anime for X-Men that only I saw, where Wolverine has like this feral form he goes into when he gets hit with enough pain. That is the only time I've seen it done. They got trapped in this.
He goes into a feral form. His healing factor is I guess I say doubled.
It's skyrocketed.
I don't know if it was double. He basically hulked out. They got like trapped in like this weird force field, and he looks at Hank. He's like, "All right, keep hitting me as hard as you can, and don't stop until I tell you to." And then at one point he like blacks out, and he's like, "I didn't tell you to stop." And then his eyes just go white, and he just
it's faster. It's much faster than it is before. If you think about Deadpool, which Deadpool's healing factor is pretty much derived from that.
Yeah,
it's past that. It's in his feral form. Problem is when he goes berserk,
it's hard.
It's really hard to. It's
Get out the way.
Just don't even be in the room. Just before Gene could like. Let me get to his mind and pull him down, whatever. No, he goes feral. It's just ain't nobody home.
There's a reason why his name is Wolverine.
Yeah, I think once they did it to him in the anime, he was burnt out afterwards, but they sicked him on the bad guys, and then when he was done, he basically was just looking at them because they were the only ones left, and they were like, "Okay, now hit him before he kills us."
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's in that form, and when he's in his feral form, the only one you can kind of unleash him on is Hulk. Because that's somebody else who can take it. He's just like
that's the only person on his level. The only person that can go toe to toe with him at that point is Hulk.
So yeah, I saw people getting when they did the brain blast and had the whole anime impact frame. Everybody was preaching Onslaught. So for people me who don't know,
so Onslaught is a psionic entity, is a combination of Magneto and Charles Xavier.
Very
a marriage, if you will.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Pretty much. Laney, you ain't seen nothing yet, but it's about to go sideways.
Just talked about it, Trey. Just was talking about it. Yeah,
it's right on time, dude.
Yeah.
Who's in charge of the mind when Onslaught is happening?
It's the Magneto form with the Charles Xavier's.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they almost, but it's still half and half. But it's like
a Dragon Ball Z merge, except Magneto's driving the bus.
I mean, if you see, if you look at Genosha is an idea of both of their ideas coming together to have that paradise. Now take those opposite ideas of being angry and getting shit done.
You got the op of all ops. That's for real. You got the op of all ops.
Okay.
Zero.
And that starts to bring in everybody because it's now this is the threat.
That's beyond Omega level. That is end of world.
It took
Endgame.
It took the Avengers. It took the X-Men. It took the Fantastic Four. It took everybody on deck.
He was like a Marvel vs. Capcom boss or something in one game, wasn't it? That was like a lot of people's introduction. Okay, because a lot of people who knew what this episode was going to be Wolverine focused as far as like what happens. I watched everyone who like knew as they were reacting. The second they did the brain blast,
I still want to know where the hell Bobby is.
Same. Yo, same.
Where is Bobby at and all this bullshit?
Once the brain blast hit, everybody was like, "Oh, Onslaught's coming." I'm like, "Damn, we just forgot about Logan," and so did Kurt, because you turn everybody to Christ, but turn away when they get sent to him. Do something.
See, unfortunately, that's the downside when it comes to the internet and social media. Everybody's got an opinion, but half the opinions you hear are people who know nothing about it. So they just create their own stories and they come up with their own speculations. They're not willing to go and check out the source material or talk to someone who knows about it. It just and it just runs rampant. And that's what I'm scared of when it comes to this show. Because how many people have actually taken the time to research, okay, where did this come from? Let's go check it out. Oh no, they just have story on top of story.
Well, that's my
thing. Bring back Bo. Bring back Bo. Bring back Bo. If anybody knows,
Bo is actively coming out, and because everybody is watching him and waiting, he is telling people, "Go and look at this. Go find this comic.
And
watch this particular episode." So I don't think you need to worry. And then people run the fuck off at the mouth about which ones he's
still worry about it.
Right. This I'm saying that
trust me, I've seen some
was,
people.
I'm saying that because well, like our friends who react, I'm saying that's the one moment where I felt out the loop because did he have to go?
Oh, did he go?
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, sorry.
No, we didn't get to talk to him and say goodbye. And where can we find him on social media? Oh no.
Sorry.
Hit the wrong button.
Is it that time or
no.
Keith, don't do that, okay? You had a scare, bro. Don't do that.
I thought my bad. Yeah, we let
the Irish exit if I ever did see one. Like, damn. What?
But yeah, but like Navy, what you're saying, I'm saying this is the one time I felt like, okay, I'm out the loop because literally, like your boy Rock Lee, your boy Roshi, all my homies who do reactions, I'm waiting on the Wolverine when they do the brain blast. I'm watching everybody go, "Yo, Onslaught's coming." I'm like, nigga, wait, what? Everybody was like, "Onslaught's coming." I'm like, damn, this is the one time I don't feel like I'm a cousin in the family. So, like, to your point, more people, like people caught on.
So I'll do you one better. I will write 2 articles for the website on the Feral Wolverine and on Onslaught.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know where you have to bootleg it from, but if you want Feral Wolverine, the X-Men
bootlegging. Why do you think they call me the man on the wall? I am the bootleg.
Nicole.
There's 2 things that I'm kind of curious about because the intro has been informing a lot of the story. In case you guys,
right.
So I've seen Apocalypse, I've seen Phoenix, and I'm wondering if either one of them are going to show up in the last episode. That's my only concern. I
feel like Phoenix maybe because
I feel like Phoenix is going to show up.
So we can't just cap both Jean's bodies like in one season. Like
right. I believe
Madeline already got vaporized, and now apparently I don't think they're gonna let Jean just get packed up out of here. Like I don't know how Cable is walking around with the final flash and a pistol, but also
he's the controlled and he's a telepath.
Also, who was the anime worker on this episode? Because the impact frame during the brain blast and when he fires the shot at Jean looks straight out of like Wano in One Piece.
I don't know, but I will say this: the animation on this series has been out of this world.
Yeah,
it's been very clean.
Also, I wasn't. Go ahead.
One last thing. Remember last week I was talking about a guy with a high top fade and a Leatherman's jacket that kept showing up in different frames. He showed up again this week. He was in the alley chasing them kids. That dude keeps showing up. He's also in the intro. Just.
Well, see, it's funny you mentioned the intro because if you pause the intro, like when the X-Men and the Brotherhood are facing off and they have the Sentinels in the middle with the people.
Yeah, they're in the middle now.
Yeah, they're in the middle.
Those people are Sentinels.
Yeah, right.
Some of those people are.
Yeah, one of them is that guy with the high top fade that keeps seeing everywhere.
We got to talk
about. I picked him, but I thought it was wrong.
I think
he's there. He's there. He's in this episode, and he's in the when everybody's stuck in that town harmony or whatever the hell it's called. He's there too.
Are we having kids sightings around here, like Kid and Play? We having kids sightings throughout the X.
That is everywhere. He was all over episode 8, all over episode 9.
So, Keith, what did you think so far on episode 9?
I think you're on mute, Keith.
You're on mute, Keith.
Either Mike might be unplugged or the button's unmuted. The button's unmuted, but we just can't.
Oh, okay.
It might have disconnected. Usually when it disconnects,
we have lights.
Now unmute yourself. There you go.
There you.
All right.
Oh wait, change your setting. Remember, it's set back. It jumped back. Yeah.
Magneto's damage has been undone.
Let there be light, and it will show under the microphone.
But no, it's
Magneto's just an abusive landlord.
We're not putting on that on Magnus.
All right, that better.
Yeah,
there we go.
You're good.
Okay, so the whole episode, as I was watching everything go down, and when Magneto did what he did, I was like, man, he's right. Like it was a come to Jesus. Like, dang, he's right. Then he's right. Then when it got to the Wolverine part, I mean, literally hit my mind, like you all said. The first thing, as soon as he started pulling the adamantium off his skeleton, I said, Onslaught's coming. That was the first thing I thought. Onslaught's coming. Because if they're gonna keep following it like to T, and it makes me so happy because I'm seeing this stuff in motion. Like it's not like what I would have even imagined. It's just like, wow, I'm seeing these comics come to life. Even if it's not perfect, it's coming to life. And all I'm waiting for now is to see Onslaught. I'm like, this is gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen.
Onslaught's gonna be a problem.
Onslaught and a feral Wolverine in the same ship, but I feel like it's gonna be hey, let's all turn them on each other and leave before we all get murdered. By the way, who's gonna fly the jet? Who's gonna fly the jet that Rogue just broke again?
Fourth Blackbird in 9 episodes.
Let's throw Legion in there somewhere, okay?
Or maybe Roberto can seal it shut with his powers. All I know is that, should we knock? I'm like, well, Hank's got another bill.
If I was Hank, I'd be snapping. Like, really? Y'all think I just create blackbirds out of thin air?
Well, I was gonna mention this, but there's a scene where they're on the Blackbird flying away in the opening credits. They've shown it like 2 or 3 times now. So somebody fixes something. There's no reason for them to put that in there and not do something with it.
Something always gets fixed.
I mean, they built the whole Bastion stopping collar overnight. So, and I love how the humble goddess thing went away in like the very next scene. She walks in and just like impressed me. It's like, oh, we're gonna do this. She didn't even say it like a mother. Didn't say anything. Just zap. Okay, fine. We won't. I still would have like. We all might die. I get it. You're scarred. I mean, you ruined a good outfit, but just one more time, please.
Oh no, you went from Purple God back to Black Mamba. That's what you did.
But wait a minute, I actually thought they did do it because didn't Morph have it in his hand? Because then when he got shot, he had something that dropped.
So
I thought
the collar turns off the powers. They wanted to add in cutting them off completely. Like if he gets put on, he loses them forever, and that's what made Storm do the lightning. Like
I feel let that rock though.
Right.
See, here's the thing.
There was a lot going on in this episode because I had to watch it 3 times before I fully understood why Scott shot Charles and basically hold Wolverine. And
but see, here's the thing though.
The
collar.
I didn't understand that.
But see, the collar working on Bastion would have been fine because Bastion's not human.
Right.
Right.
Oh, you mean the not the neutralizer, but the band that they were getting?
Because Storm hasn't been in the mix, she didn't really understand it because they would basically tell her he's not human.
We could use the same neutralizer technology that suppressed our powers, and that's when she was like, I bet the fuck not.
Right.
I'm beat. I'm just like, all right. I was like, look, when she leaves the room, just make me a pistol on the side. Just a quick little, like clearly it shot her in the back and came out through her chest. Just give me like a neutralizer 9 just to. Like,
although real quick, did Cyclops really just pull a Star-Lord?
Yes,
that's what my mind went to.
Yes,
my whole thing was like, I'm like,
he's not done yet or something like that. I think he did, but I didn't understand why he did.
That's why
I'm like, he was about. I mean, Charles is about to end Magneto, and I'm like, okay.
He stopped him ahead of time. He was like, they're not ready yet. So it's something.
I was like, we jumping straight. First off, you could have did that the whole time. Second, I'm like, we jumping straight to blame. Just put everybody in class like you did in space. Just buy us some time. Like we went. Get it? Y'all do y'all usual divorcee dance. Ha ha! Here's the Holocaust. Ha ha! You're out of your chair. Like, we did it.
Oh my god!
Like you don't notice every time they fight, they're like an old married couple. It's just like you get a Holocaust flashback, you get reminded your legs don't work, and they do it every.
The physics as Charles flew out of that chair.
And I was like, second he did that, I'm like, we're right back here again. But when he hit the brain blast,
but all also, Charles had to do
I don't know if it was a reference. Why was Cyclops yellow when he went to the mental plane?
That was just how he looked.
Yeah.
Brought him there.
I was like,
there's no meaning in that.
Okay, I was like, is this like a reference to like a miscolored action figure? Because that's what it looked like.
Yeah. All I will say is this on that is when Cable is facing off with Jean, and he says, "I know two of the most powerful telekinetics, and you're one of them." And then the diamond shows up in his head, and I'm like, that tracks. That tracks. That makes sense because he's the one that did all of this. That makes sense that he would do something like this.
Sinister got hit with one bowling ball and said, "I ain't built for this life, buddy. Go ahead and tag in." This bitch hit me with a jukebox. Please come help.
All I heard was Kevin Hart. Help me!
I got beat with bowling balls and slapped upside the head with Sweet Caroline. Please come get me.
Wow.
That's why when the end of the episode I posted the Friday meme with Day when he was getting his car. Why I'm just sitting there not doing shit.
If you get it into it, I gotta live here.
I gotta live here. You don't. I'm like, you have Charles. Okay, the helmet stuck to your head. You get a pass, but you have Cyclops. You have no problem shooting your own friend. Headmaster 2 seconds ago. Roberto, do something. Like
he's
like,
He's more upset that he has to fight Jubilee. Like so much fight. He doesn't want to hurt Jubilee. He likes Jubilee. He considers her a friend. He doesn't really want to be there. He doesn't want to oppose her like that. Right. He's just tired
when Magneto is ripping Wolverines out of Mansion and everybody just sat there and watched.
Oh, good look. He's just not getting balls to walk away from his mom.
I mean, what was everybody supposed to do? Good grief. I mean, they were all in their own different states of consciousness and crippledness. I mean, what could they do?
Wasn't nothing somber spot. He just got out from under his mama's thumb.
Did Magneto have them all sort of up?
I'm saying he had them all up. Did he get his arms?
Yeah.
Okay, he gets a pass too in the corner. Now, Kurt, for like the third time, where you just sit here and watch as someone gets sent to your Lord after you preach the word to them. You literally have the power that you don't have to be. You don't have to be in the same space. Like, thank you for teaching Wolverine how to go to walk the way of Jesus. But damn, Green Mile, like you gonna do everybody's eulogy?
Wow, what is going on with the Far Eye tonight? Good Lord,
Tafari's always like this. He's just using the comments, so now he's online.
Even with Master, even when the old boy wanted to do the suicide swan dive, like, is this who we are now? Well, none of y'all went to catch him. He hasn't gone splat yet, so clearly, yes. I mean, there was a time between the jump and the thud that three of y'all could have done something and chose not to. Meanwhile, Magnus don't do this. Kurt, don't do anything. I guess we just gonna sit here. You had 3 swords and it was slitting throats yesterday. What happened?
That man sat there and watched and said, "You know what? You pray for my downfall."
So it's safe to say
The Nightmares by Meek Mill. I used to pray for times like the theme of this episode was not like us.
Hey, that's the theme.
Say Magneto.
So it's safe to say that there's no way that episode 10 is gonna just stumble and fall. this is not,
or have an ending. It's going to be.
It's definitely leading into the next season.
Of all cliffhangers.
Yeah,
it's
about to be a cliffhanger out this world.
Oh yeah.
Nauseous.
There's no easy fix for this.
I can
so I'm telling you now, people.
30 minutes to solve.
No,
I can see a classic. I can see a classic knocking down the big bad like they've done in the original show, but still setting up for, hey, bring back Bo because we have other things because they ended season 1. They got rid of Master Mold, Magneto, and Charles put their stuff aside, but then they're like, by the way, Sinister's sitting around.
Lady Mandalore is about to lose her shit.
I got you. Go ahead, Kira.
Hey yo, Bo said that Landra's gonna be in season 2. So what the fuck is gonna happen?
She has Charles bugged. I heard you was talking shit and didn't defend me in front of your friends.
Well, we already know that Deathbird doesn't think too much of us as the ghetto because she ends up having a kid with Bishop later on down the line. So
timeline.
I can see that being a thing.
Warbird is so adorable.
I can see her pulling up and Bishop comes back. She's like, well, maybe it's not so bad here.
Just like we put a little flower pot right outside the windowsill. Maybe we make a balcony.
Fresh coat of paint.
It'll be fine. Just like every true Disney politician, they got holes in the hood. Look at Scar.
Stay away.
We are trying to get Disney to sponsor us.
Tell me Scar wasn't your regular politician. Look where Kovu came from. Wasn't even his kid. They just put him on him because he was dead and couldn't fight back.
Damn. We don't talk about that.
The views of this podcast are not reflected by.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I'd like to get invited to the next Black Creator Summit. Instead of 80, y'all do 100. We'll fit.
It's enough of us. But it's safe to say that this definitely will not land. This is going to definitely go into the second season.
For sure.
This is definitely going to be on somebody's. This is definitely going to be on somebody's Emmys for writing. Definitely for writing list. You can't tell me it's not.
Second seasons when episode 2 came out. We already knew this.
Yeah.
Wait, that's why Bo's been working out so much. He knows he's about to be in award season. He's got to fit in them suits.
That's what I need for him in the off season. Don't give me any more books to read. Just what's the routine you're doing today? Because clearly, that's the real secret. Like convention season is coming. Summer's getting here. Quit being selfish.
Look, I am all in, and I'm like Spartan. I'm like, there's an ulterior motive here. Like y'all didn't really fire that dude. There is no y'all's track Hollywood in general. Your track record of letting people go for various reasons tends to come out after a couple weeks. It's been 2 months, and we've heard nothing.
But look at the man's
silence.
The only reason I point that out is because look at the man's track record from week 1 of when the episode started to like week 3 or 4, and you notice he gotten a little bit more descriptive and detailed and answering more questions as if a showrunner would answer them.
And so let me tell you something. You're talking to somebody that reads a lot of Marvel comics. I know what the fuck a looky-loo is. Kingpin does it all the time. Y'all pulling a looky-loo. I know it.
What if they really did realize their F up, but this is just a testing ground to see what it's like if they just hired him back?
It happened with James Gunn.
I'm saying,
and it came out, and that came out so like boom, boom, boom.
I mean, they had a whole rollout for James coming back, and it was loud and proud. What if they're doing this on the slide with Bo? And it's like, okay, this kind of worked. Launch the Jonathan rejuvenation plan. Just do it. Bring these brothers back. Just do it on the slide. It seems to be working.
Not Operation Gucci loafers again. No, we good.
Oh my god. So yeah, I believe this man has his job. He just can't say anything. Like they got a whole rollout. Like they're gonna have the fans go bananas.
Has to be.
You know, because look, the hashtag done came up. Now that's picked up speed in Steam. He's like you said, Spartan. He's become more descriptive on Twitter. He's talked about nothing negative has come from his space at all.
He talks like a man who's got a job. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
And if he does, then all the laws about non-competes just got scrapped this month. So
he took NDA to a whole nother level.
NDA is one thing, but what usually gets them stuck is a non-compete, which no longer really exists. So if y'all don't give him his job back, somebody's about to snake him.
Well, like I said, Disney's not going to make the same mistake because again, you saw how quickly DC was like, "Good, we'll take you. Come, we'll give you the keys to the kingdom. We'll keep Zaslav out of your hair. Just come with us." And every time, what wound up happening? Disney, oh, we would love to have you back. We'll give you Parade. We'll give you Guardians 3. We'll give you the holiday special. We'll give you anything you want. Just come back and finish.
We'll give you a hard time.
Hey, we saw you made Brightburn. Brightburn was something. Come on.
Yeah,
so he
we'll
did,
give
he
you whatever
did his
you
job.
want. Come back.
We're sorry. We're sorry that we made the Belco experiment weird. Just come home.
I just want Bo to sit there and say, "I need the apology to be as loud as the insult."
I want to post on all social medias.
So about that decision we made about a couple of weeks ago, we realized we messed up. No, we knew you messed up. We were like, he's been working with y'all for quite a while, actually. There's no way y'all could have messed up.
There's been a collective black for like 3 months now.
So, Keith, we're checking out of here. It was great having you on. Give you your applause real quick, but this was always fun, and we've worked together before, so it was definitely, I was going to get you in here. I was like, I gotta get him on. So. Before we get out of here, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram. My tag is there, KEICOII Kikoi. On Facebook, it's just my name, Keith Collins II. And if you want to check out some of my movies on the platform, that's thrillerflix.tv. And I'm hoping to see if anybody is in Akron area, June 19th, Juneteenth at 6 p.m. at Akron Public Library, the Attack of the Shorts premiere. Wait for people to see. Yeah, I can't wait for people to see Savior for sure.
Oh, you're gonna have fun if you get that. You're definitely gonna have some fun with that.
If you don't have off on June 19th, tell your job it's a hate crime.
Right. I mean, it is a holiday.
Yeah,
it is a holiday.
It is a federally recognized holiday, so you can't use that.
There are some,
get the day off.
Some places are giving people grief about recognizing it, and it's on Wednesday, by the way. So just don't show up. What they gonna do?
BTO is not asking for permission. It's just a notification. You're not going to be there.
I don't want to have to use my PTO on a day that I should have off, though. That's
the truth.
I may have.
I like Spartan's description much better. Lady Mandalore.
I'm gonna say this actually. Just because you get every job that you have is basically just an audition for your next one. That's my thoughts on Bo. So my name is Lady Mandalore. You can find me here at Roomful of Blerds. You can find me on IG, TikTok, this wonderful app called Spill. I also have a lovely podcast where we talk about comics because I'm an old head and I fell off, and anybody that's new can jump on the bandwagon too. We are currently going through the last Ronin arc, and we're on chapter 4 this coming Sunday. Always recorded live 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. Come join us, have fun, learn things. We do voices now along with 2 of my co-hosts here, Navy and we do those types of things. I do voice acting. I'm getting better at it. And I'm doing better at self-promotion. It's hard. I don't like to talk about myself. It's not a thing. Anyway, next.
Liar. Talk to them, degree out of horror.
That's easy because then you have friends who will talk about you. So I will say you guys definitely
that's why I love y'all.
Go to them because all three of them are amazing. They did the voices and it was so cool. So definitely get them at Sundays at 7:00 around that time. You won't be you won't forget it. You won't regret it. Anyway, I am Lainey. I am Geek by Heart. My husband run Geek by Heart at our YouTube, and you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on IG. You can find us on TikTok. My husband actually streams sometimes on General on Twitch. So yeah, we out here. We talk about movies. We talk about trailers. Actually, we should be talking about the new Planet of the Apes movie this weekend. That's actually where he's at right now. I'll be watching it on Saturday. So hopefully our review will be up by Sunday. So we are a lot of fun, and yeah.
Right. Whoop-de freaking dude, talk to him. Bam.
Hi, I'm Whoop-de freaking dude. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok for as long as that lasts at freaking dude. If you're ever looking for nerdy nails or just nails in general, you can also find me at Fresh Press by Z.
Nice.
Wait, wait. Put it closer to the camera. Put it closer to the camera. I can't see them nails. I need to see the detail. Look at that eyeball. Ooh.
Look at them Demon Slayer nails right there. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I'm just
That's what I was
Demon
saying.
Slayer's back soon.
If my daughter saw the Nesco, she would absolutely go freaking crazy.
Let's see. Navy.
Oh gosh.
The Games Master.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, bloods of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, it is I, the Frosted Bearded Blood Corn. A little nappy up here. The beard don't know what it wants to do. If you want to see what shenanigans I'm up to, I am with the amazing Lady Mandalore and the magnificent Whoop-de Fritty New on the Comic Book Club. We had an amazing time doing chapter 3 with the voices and stuff, which was impromptu. That was all Kira's idea. You can find me on my show, The Blurred Convos, bringing on different creators about the different things they do and their blurred journeys and stuff. I got some more people lined up, so stand by for that. And oh gosh, I just blinked out. Oh wait,
your show?
Yep. I just did that. You missed that part. You missed that part. Anytime opportunity to talk to different geeks and nerds and blurs on their journey, I will definitely do that. I love being an advocate for the community. And one of the things I will basically tell you is stop striving for perfection. It is not something that you can grab. So what you do is you be the best version of yourself that you can be, and stop listening to people who don't support you, because if they stop supporting you, guess what? The real ones will come to you. And then you have every reason in the world to keep going. So there you go.
Reverend Nick.
Okay, Trey.
Trey, you my boy. We gonna talk, all right? We gonna chop it up, sir.
Oh my God. Safari,
He's not lying.
Find me on all platforms underneath this name. I will try to get this. I don't know why YouTube's being weird with y'all in the comments too. It's been a pain in my ass all week. So I will try to get this conversation cut down and edited, because I keep getting worried about it getting longer every week, and y'all hang on to the last literal second. So thank you. Thank y'all for 3,700. I will try to get the X-Men stuff back up. Thank you, Trey, for that, by the way. I'll try to get the X-Men stuff
tomorrow.
Trey.
I will try to get this X-Men stuff up tomorrow night. So if anybody missed today's show, you can at least have a live conversation with us tomorrow. We do clips Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I try to give y'all 3 uploads each, because that's how many you can get before YouTube starts capping the notifications. So we have interview stuff we're sitting on, clips from other shows weeks ago that I'm trying to roll out. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell, be patient with us. Also, I do skits on my own channel because Mondays suck, and I try to make them suck a little bit less. If you watch my last video, I just want to say I don't work for The Simpsons and I'm not from the future. And if any of Kenny's top dogs or Aubrey's angels come to my comment section, I made that before someone got shot and y'all found J. Cole hiding on a beach. I didn't know both of those. I didn't know both those things were going to happen the next day. Yes, I have to put that out there.
Oh my God. It'll be switched about.
Whoopsie.
I was gonna say, dang. I was like, Tafari looks a whole lot like me. Dang. But anyway, yes, Black_Spartan615 is where you can find me practically everywhere, as I usually do reviews and videos, especially gym stuff, because I like to stay in shape and try to inspire people. I like the fact that my own crew is actually getting back into working out, and I try to support them and not scare them out of the gym, because I like to lift heavy. Quit looking at me, Kira. I only did it once.
I ain't say nothing, my guy. I'm just saying.
You look dead at me with the judgment eyes. I can see it from here.
I'm just living. I'm just watching from afar.
But aside from that, I do have a couple podcasts of my own. Of course, my daily news podcast, How the Frack We Got Here, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Tomorrow, Get Bit podcast at 8:30 p.m., which we are covering quite a lot, especially with the Fantastic Four castings that have just recently came out. And Microsoft buying and gutting studios, so that should be fun. Aside from that, the podcast can be found wherever podcasts can be seen or heard. And just like the Reverend Navy has said in his sermon, I like to call his midnight sermons, support, like, share, and follow doesn't cost a dime, and it only takes you a second to do it. At the same time, learn to work together. It is not that effing hard, unless you just simply want to be a dick. I only have 3 simple rules, guys, for life, as I usually go by. Is the first rule is simply put, respect the cosplayer at all times. Why? Because con season is coming up. I like to be able to go to a con and enjoy myself. I would like to take my kids to a con. I do not want to play security because somebody wants to be, well, either creepy or a dick or slimy or a dick or try to hit on somebody or a dick or just simply do everything else but disrupt everybody's fun and be a dick. They usually get a guy like me to throw you out. Number 2, definitely needs to be said today because it is, look, spring is coming, is becoming summer very quickly. Wash your ass. Wash your ass. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm this magnet for musty people all of a sudden because every time I walk past somebody, I feel like a pregnant woman. My senses are heightened up. Like, look, you are too musty. You are way too musty for it to be this doggone warm. And I'm in the South. We are literally on God's hot plate. I'm just saying.
I am so tired of smelling scalps. I'm tired of smelling scalps.
See?
Please wash your fucking hair. Wash your hair.
I'm like, look, the travel bottles are still $2, so still under $2 at any Walmart or whatever store you go to. Please wash your ass. And the number 3 rule that I have for myself is the same as everybody else. In a world that is being cruel, really cruel, especially going in now, simply put, be kind, be nice, share your fandoms. Don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
I don't think I've ever heard.
It's called Dr. Brown. It's called Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. Don't just go ahead, douse yourself in it.
Apply the whole damn.
Don't dilute it.
Do not dilute it. Right.
So much in one episode.
Oh man, I am your man on the wall, Chris Fury. I want to thank our guest, Keith Collins II. Go check him out on ThrillerFix. Check him out on his Instagram. Go show your support. Also, go get those tickets if you're staying in the area of Akron, Massillon, Canton, Cleveland on Juneteenth at the Akron Public Library, 6 to 8 on the Eventbrite page. Go check that out. And your man is also doing voices. We are going to BlerdCon, so we're going to be in droves. Look out for us there.
You're welcome.
Hilton, you need to give me a call.
Wow.
Maybe harass your coworkers.
I'm sending one of my strong members in there that he sits close to you.
The hell?
I was watching.
The hell?
Magneto ain't the only one that got plans. Wow. You can catch us every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Twitch, and IG. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere where you listen to your podcast. Leave a review, 5-star preferably. Show your support. Show us the love on the YouTube channel. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. Be a support. Donate, because it helps us get to all the cons that you would like to see us at, because we can do panels as well. We like to do panels. We like to do giveaways. We like to do all this great stuff. We like to get new equipment so it looks better and sounds better. And besides, we're trying to get out there in the world anyway.
Correcto.
You can also check us out on Always Press Record. That's APR TV on your Roku or Amazon Fire devices. Thank you, crew. We made it another week. Ship is still in good place.
1 week closer to BlerdCon.
1 week closer to BlerdCon. I got to get my room now.
Whoopsie. Good luck.
I got options. I got options. But But thank you everybody for tuning in, for showing up on the IG page, on the YouTube page, wherever you on Twitch. Show your love, show your support. As we always say, or as I always say, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. I'm Chris Fury, man on the wall, living as a mutant himself.
Yay!
Magneto was right.
Happy Goku Day.
And that's on Charles. Until then, we're out of here.